travel from water looks.
Midersikes, picking and flipping.
Hey, good morning. So, first thing we're gonna do today is we're gonna go see how the fish are doing. We had a little bit of storm pass through last night. Not a lot, but enough. Oh, neighbors are barking. So, fish, they can jump out in the rain. That's usually how they travel from water looks. And you just heard our transformer blow. So let's check on the fish and then we'll report that. Priorities. Okay, here, I'll switch you to them. All right, here's our fish. So there's the three. The one with orange and white, that's Nibbles. The black one, you'll see him feeding, or her, or is special. And then the all gold one is Doris, that's my fish. So let me go ahead and feed them here. And they have learned. Let's see, here they come. And they go crazy for that flake food. We do have a water plant in here. I'll show you right there. It's actually thriving, but if you look, the roots seem to be sticking up a little bit, but they're actually way longer than that. They're down below. And once that gets established and stuff, we'll get a lot of bugs and stuff in here. The fern is doing a lot better than it was out front, where we'd forget to water it and that kind of stuff. But yeah, and these fish, you know, they're only about, maybe a finger's length, but goldfish can get very large. I would highly suggest looking up, large goldfish in lake videos, that kind of thing. But I think it's time for me to jump online and report the power outage because I heard our stuff go out. Neighbors across the street look like they have lights on still. So I think it's just our side of the street again. So we'll jump on there and report them. Or not report them, report transformer blog. Yeah, look at them. And you know what's funny is I bought these fish, just to be nice to the kids. I didn't think they'd make it a day. It's been a month. When it rains, I take the pumps out. I take the pumps out so that they can, get the rainwater that'll aerate, and so that the pump cord doesn't electrify everything, because I did not run electricity. So I'll run the pumps during the day with an extension cord. Pumps, it's a pump with an extension cord. And here, let me show you. So right there, and usually I just hide the extension cord right in this cooler with the lid down, just in case it rains. That way there's no safety issues or whatever. I know a lot of people bury cord and they'll bury extension cords and stuff, but I won't do that. That's just too dangerous. Do definitely need to weed in there. Let me pull back a little bit. So that yucca right there, oh, you can't see because that yucca right there is naturally, or is that's our plant that's supposed to be there. That rock behind it's actually a plastic rock. And then there's another yucca on the other side that the kids have pulled out, and I tried to put back in. We thought it was dead, and it came back this year, but it just keeps getting trampled on. But I do need to weed, and we use the tire mulch. But I don't want to put any new stuff in because we have, I need to report that first so we get our AC fixed. Be right back. Okay, I've moved up a little bit into the driveway. But, so yeah, outages have been reported. Okay, so let me show you. I'm gonna check the bird bath. That's gonna tell me whether or not I need to do some water. Oh, no, the grass is nice and wet. Sweet. So our front yard is very shadeless. So, I mean, this is the most shade it gets all day. And that's from the neighbor's bushes right here. And that's it. You know, and that big tree right there, but that's it. Otherwise, this is in direct sunlight all day. And we've had days where we're up over 100 degrees. This tree was put in by the city because, you know, last year, actually it was about a year and a half ago, our entire street was dug up. This is all, it's all dirt. We had to park around. It's all dirt. And you can kind of tell in the grass line right about here where they laid turf, and then our grass is here, and that's why it looks like we have like 9 different kinds of grasses, because we technically do. But they came and put that in, and they've blent a little bit. I've been watering it pretty much every morning. I don't need to today because of the rain last night, so that's nice. But we did have a big tree here when we first moved in, with this actually over here around the basin of the tree. They dug up the tree and had to take it out. We went into the big dirt hole, pulled out all the stones, washed them off, built that over there. She had planted tulips. My wife had planted tulips there like she did here. This side came in very well. And I think it has to do, and look, there's some blooming down in there. But usually this whole bed will have, you know, yellow blooms and stuff, but the rabbits have been living in here. And you can tell they come in right in there. And when I water it in the morning, they go running out. But she did plant tulips over here. But I think the reason that that one worked is because that one was established here when we first got here. And the our landlord had pumpkins in there, and they never came out. So I think those pumpkins decaying in there actually made the soil better. I am going to grab the hose and wash that out, because our birds have been using this a lot. Here, I'll show you a clip. Yesterday I took through our curtains. I've seen 1 or 2 birds in here, but yesterday was just ridiculous. They were having a whole splash party in here. It was funny. This bush was like this when we first got here. It had grown up to the top of the house, and then I had to get a saw and cut it back. I'm gonna have to do that again. I wait till the end of the year when the leaves have fallen off, so it's easier to see the branches. But unfortunately, the way it's set up down here, the way that it's come up, I can't do a, you know, I can't do a lower level with, you know, top growth, make it look pretty like a big brown bulb bush. I have to basically just trim it down. So I trim it down and kind of square it off. Well, I found this the other day at either a yard sale or thrift store. I say the other day, it's probably been about 3 weeks now. But these are our hostas. They're not looking too good. Again, I've been watering them every day, but it is, you know, it's almost August, and they usually come up pretty early. But we started with 3 plants right here, and over the course of 3 years, this is what they've done. So in the fall, I'm going to dig them up. I am going to cut them in half, because you can do that, halves, thirds, whatever. We're going to weed this whole area really well, retill it, and plant some out evenly through the bed. And then we're going to take the extras and we're going to put them out around the pond, and then we'll get 1 more bag of that tire, the rubber mulch, because we really like it. And We'll fill that up, you know, around the outside, make it look nice and new. And then we're golden. The only other thing that I really want to do maybe is get a piece of bamboo, a hollow piece of bamboo, and it doesn't need to be a lot. It does not need to be a large amount, just basically something to stick. Here, I'll show you. So here's our pond. Yeah, little pinwheel thing fell over. But yeah, there's the yucca I was talking about. But basically, so yeah, they ate all the food. It's all gone. But so I run the extension line here, and it comes up here. The pump sits down there. They have a coffee mug in there to hide in, which they did at the beginning a lot, but they haven't been lately. But I want a piece of bamboo to stick out from there so that I can run the tubing through the bamboo so it looks, I think it would look better that way, and then maybe put some more rocks in there just to hide it a little bit. I also want to get some a little bit of expanding foam in the crack there, just to kind of give it that leverage. I'm scared that one day it's gonna topple. I mean, it's pretty heavy. I don't think so. I mean, obviously the fish have gotten used to us being around because they're not as skittish when we're around, like, you know, humans. But obviously they're doing well with animals around. We got a couple of cats that live in the neighborhood, and like Heathcliff and them. But yeah, we do got a couple of cats, and we've definitely got a big raccoon. I'll show you some footage of that big raccoon from last night. So this is a different video. This is not a flipping video. This is, or a eBayers video. I do have some orders to ship, but with the power out, I mean, I can definitely, no, I can't print labels. Son of a buck. I can technically register them as shipped, but in all technicality, I have, I believe, 2 weekday handling time, so I don't have to ship them out till Monday, which is fine. I've done it before. I'll do it again. I'm normally Johnny on the spot next morning, but I'm gonna go in and reclose all the windows in the house, you know, the blinds, so that we can retain the coolness, because it is going to be a squelcher today. Oh my gosh. Oh, I suppose I do still have to do the bird bath, don't I? So let's go top that off and rinse that out. I need to buy a sprayer. Definitely need to buy a sprayer because I'm tired of using my thumb. However, it's just the old way. I've known that, you know, done that for 20 years. So I'm giving her flowers a little bit more of a water, even though it rained. It's just been kind of ridiculous lately. Oh, come on, hose. Let's go. Let's walk out this way a little bit more. Here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna spray some more towards the tree. This is a lot easier with two hands. I think we're hung up back there. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. There we go. Okay. Now we can go back and do the tree. So I like to give this guy a healthy, and we're stuck on the, we're gonna come around the front. Okay, we're gonna give our tree a healthy soak. It's looking pretty good. We'll give him a healthy soak. He's been up for at least a month, so he's pretty well rooted. But I'll show you here. First we'll sprayer. Wash out as many of the little poo-poos as we can. Water down in here. I know it's weeds, but I think the green growth looks better. Weeds or not, and then we'll just gently let her fill up a little. And we'll get until that edge is starting to come off the top because it's not even. But that's okay. The birds don't care. And finally, we're gonna give another spritz down to our little hostas here and our bush. And our weeds. Go over the yard just a little bit because it is gonna get hot again today. Okay, so I don't know how long I've been not recording and talking to myself. I could look back on the footage, but we're not going to. So I'm gonna water the backyard a little bit. And reason being, because we got two big maples that take up most of our backyard. You can see it above my head. And they take up a lot of the water. So grass has some difficulty growing. And it's a cheap excuse to pull the hose back out to the back. We have a faucet up front, but I just walked into a spider web. Three years ago, Michael would have been screaming all over the place. I mean, it still bugs me. I'm still scared of spiders, but I'm just too old to move like that. All right, so we're just adding a little water to the fish tank. They just think it's a big rain, and they're probably running to their cup. Anyways, just because these maples, at least a few of these spots that don't have much grass in them, and I know they're, seeding and stuff is not recently, but our neighbors did just mow our yard. So if there were any seeds ready to come out, they would have been mowed out. And yeah, so, all right, well, it's been a weird video, non-picking, non-eBaying, just kind of my morning routine. And then normally after I do this, I would go out and ship orders. Actually, it's the other way around. I normally get the orders ready to ship, throw them in my car, and then I do my morning routine. But yeah, and you got to hear us lose power. It was interesting. So I am going to stop recording now since I don't have a way to charge my phone battery. And yeah, have a wonderful day. Water looks